Okay, so if you clicked on this video, it may be because you're a little bit worried that you might be committing some of these fashion crimes that are making you look super outdated. But don't worry, a lot of these things are not really that big of crimes. They're just little things, little tweaks that we can make to help ourselves look more fresh, more up to date, more modern, and in turn, a little bit more youthful, which who isn't looking for that? So I've got some really easy style tips that are gonna help you to update your look a bit. If you are new here, my name is Kelly. I make videos every Thursday and Sunday morning, and my channel is all about fashion for women over 40. Sprinkle in a little bit of beauty, some travel and lifestyle, but I love to do things like hauls, tips and tricks and trends, how to style videos. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, I hope you'll consider hitting that subscribe button. I would love to have you stick around. And if you enjoy this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. That really helps me out. Okay, so let's get into some of these fashion crimes. So I thought about the idea for this video when I was walking around my local mall, and there's some really beautiful, fashionable, mature women in that mall, and I love to do a little bit of people watching. And I was noticing how a lot of these women, especially those who were, over 40, more mature women, were so put together with hair and makeup. They really took good care of themselves and they looked great, but sometimes there would be that one little thing that was just kind of dating their look. So I'm going to get into some of those, and I think we're going to start with some of the less offensive ones and then go on to some of the heavy hitters that are really going to be game changers. So definitely stay tuned to the end so you can see what those are and make sure you are not committing those fashion crimes. Okay, so this first one is kind of a minor crime, and it's not a deal breaker. If you're doing any of these things, I'm sure you still look really great and put together. But if you want to look even more fresh and modern, if you want to look like somebody who really knows what's going on in fashion, this is a good one, and that is updating your jewelry choices. So of course we have our classic pieces that we're gonna have in our jewelry box forever, those special things, maybe they were gifts, real fine jewelry. We're not talking about those. We're talking about those like fun fashion jewelry pieces. So for a while, we were seeing a lot of these big chunky gold chains. I love that style. I definitely bought into that one, and I think it's great. I wouldn't get rid of these because I feel like they can come back at any time, and sometimes they might still serve a purpose with a particular outfit you're putting together. But we're seeing less of that this season. We're seeing less of those like chunky gold chain looks than we saw in the past. Another one is rose gold. Rose gold is really taking a back seat. It's something that's not very like fresh and modern. It definitely can feel a little bit dated. Now, if you have some rose gold pieces that you love, I am not suggesting you part with them. Definitely hold on to them. If you love them, wear them. But if you're looking to look a little bit more fresh, maybe put those away in your jewelry box for later. So there are a few things that we're seeing right now that are really fresh and modern. And if you wear these jewelry pieces, people are going to be like, she knows what's up. She knows what's up. She knows what's on trend. So one of those is colorful beaded necklaces and beaded bracelets. So we're seeing a lot of colorful beaded necklaces right now. I've shared a few. I have some great Amazon finds, which I love a great Amazon find because we all know these trends are not going to last long term. They're very right here, right now. So you don't want to invest a lot in these pieces. You want to just have fun with them. I think they work really well with certain tops. Even like what I'm wearing today, I could have added a little beaded necklace to it and it would be really fun. I'll insert some examples of ones that I have worn that I really, really enjoy. And I think they can be really fun and really make your outfit look fresh. Another thing that we're seeing a lot in jewelry is colored gemstones, particularly in statement rings, I would say. So I love this one. I definitely have a few that I have my eye on in the Nordstrom sale. So I'll make sure to share those as well because they're really beautiful. There's one that is like a jade look, and then another one is a turquoise. This gemstone trend is really hitting hot, and it's very modern. It's very fresh, and I personally love it best in statement rings, but you could also do a little bit of like a gemstone on a necklace. That would be fun and add a little bit of color. So definitely a really hot trend. And the other jewelry trend that we're seeing a lot of are these longer necklaces. So I have seen some of the beautiful like long pendant necklaces. There's a bolo version in the Nordstrom sale that I have my eye on that I really love. It's very simplistic, and those work really well when you're wearing something like a plain t-shirt or an oversized sweater. Just adding that really adds a statement. Those were around years and years ago. I used to love them, and now they're back very, very hot. And the version with tassels. Tassels are huge. We're seeing a lot of tassels in jewelry. The tassel necklace, we're seeing tassels on earrings. So that's another way to really look fresh and modern. So if you happen to have saved any from the last time they were trending hot, definitely pull those out and put them on, because those are going to make you look really updated and modern. And speaking of trendy jewelry, I wanted to share with you the earrings that I have on today. These were sent to me from Ana Luisa, and I just think they're so beautiful. I had to share them. So these are really pretty. I'll make sure to insert some pictures. They're like a ceramic feel. I'm guessing that's like, I don't know, resin or acrylic, white with this beautiful like blue floral toile kind of print to them. So pretty, really leaning into that like colorful jewelry trend that we're seeing. So another trend in jewelry that we're seeing a lot of recently is the tortoise look. So really, really love that with the browns and the black. It's usually made of like acrylic or resin, but I've picked up some cuff bracelets. I've also picked up some bangles. I recently just ordered one from Amazon for my daughter who wanted some of that. She really loves it as well. And that's definitely another one that is really trending. And I think it's so beautiful because these like warm neutrals really work great when you're wearing something like black or cream or white. So it's another way to kind of update your look with some modern and fresh jewelry. Okay, the second fashion crime that may be dating your looks a bit is wearing the wrong shoes. So in the past, we saw a lot of really chunky shoes that were super trending. We saw the chunky dad sneakers. We saw these really overly chunky loafers. Even things like wedge sandals and platform sandals were super, super chunky. Definitely creating kind of a Frankenstein looking shoe look. And we're really seeing that kind of out. We're seeing that move out, and we're seeing these slimmer silhouettes, which I am a big fan. I think that overall they're just much more flattering on the feet. So we're getting away from the overly chunky platforms, the chunky sneakers, the chunky loafers, and we're seeing everything just look a little bit softer, a little bit more feminine, a little bit lighter. So when it comes to wedges, I found a little pair of platform raffia ones that I love from Sam Edelman, and I definitely can see the difference. They're not so heavy on the foot. They're very soft and pretty and feminine. I think they look more classic, so I feel like this style will never really go out of style, even though right now it is more trending. We're also seeing updated shoes like a Mary Jane. That's going to give your look more of a fresh, fun look to it. And anything with like a jelly or a woven look is really hot right now, and definitely is going to make your outfit look more modern. So switching out your outdated flats or your outdated chunky platforms or chunky sneakers for something that is more streamlined, or for something that is really fresh and trending, like a woven shoe, like a Mary Jane, like something with the jelly material to it. I'm going to share some options with you. I'll insert some pictures of some of my favorites. Whenever I put these shoes on with something as simple as like jeans and a t-shirt, it just makes it look like a more modern take on the outfit. You know, I could put it with a plain ballerina flat. I could put it with a plain flip-flop, or I could put it with a running sneaker. But by switching out the shoe for something that is very hot and modern and on trend, it's now making the outfit just look fresh and giving it a more youthful, updated appearance. Another thing that we're kind of moving away from right now, and I think this one in particular is important for mature women over 40, is the overly structured silhouettes and things that are more like tight fitting on the body. So not to say that classic pieces are going anywhere. A classic blazer is always going to be on trend. A classic suit is always going to be on trend. But definitely a more modern way to wear things is a little bit more of a looser fit, a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more slouchy. We're seeing this in things like even t-shirts and tops, a lot of like just flowiness to the body, something that is not squeezing the body, something that just skims the body. I think it's so important for mature women because as our bodies are changing, weight is shifting. Sometimes when we continue to try to wear things that are very fitted, it can actually make us look a bit dated. So this like lighter, softer, more flowy look, things that just skim your body, they're really going to be super flattering on and really just create a fresh and modern, relaxed fit. So I really love this trend. I've recently found some some tops that I enjoy, even a t-shirt. I have kind of not really been into t-shirts for a while, and I found this one from Free People that I really loved. It definitely has that loose, relaxed, flowy kind of fit, but without being oversized. So I especially like this relaxed fit when it's kind of like cropped just to the natural waist, because it's not overwhelming my body, but it's got that loose, casual, relaxed vibe to it that I'm really looking for. And when paired with something like the beaded colorful necklace, I just feel like it's such a simple jeans and t-shirt look, but it's done in a more modern way than if I were to wear, a really tight t-shirt with a big gold chain or something like that. This is kind of a fresher, lighter, more relaxed way to do it. And I think it really works for women of all ages. Going along with this relaxed look, we also have things like dolman sleeves that we're seeing, things that are a little bit more billowy. It's all about the movement in the clothing. And of course, we want to balance that out. We don't want everything to be super oversized and baggy, because then we can get kind of lost in our clothing, but just a more relaxed, less tight, less structured, less fitted to the body is really going to look more effortless, more chic, and more modern. Okay, this is a really easy modern style update for you, and that is to update your handbag. So I'm a big handbag lover, and honestly, I think that there are so many classic styles that are never going to be, outdated. We're always going to keep them. Obviously, I love a great, structured top handle bag or something like that. But what we're seeing a lot of right now, if you're looking for a very modern feel to your outfit, is the more slouchy bags. So we're definitely seeing more of that like hobo style bag, especially in something like a tote bag, less structured, more soft, loose, relaxed fit. Kind of goes with this whole theme of the clothing, right? Soft, relaxed, loose, very flowy. And I think this really translates over to the handbags, whether you're doing something like traditional leather, or if you want to go even more on trend, things like suede, really, really hot. We're seeing it still in summer, and it's definitely going to be going into fall. I love suede handbags. I think they're just so beautiful, and I really love that like soft Italian suede, like the ones from Quince. Those are my favorites. They look so designer inspired, and they're so simplistic. There's no bells and whistles. There's no hardware on them. They work with everything. So that is a really, really modern look to a handbag. Also, we're seeing more textures to handbags. So think about things like crochet, like woven styles. Those are still really, really big. And when you combine them with something that is a little bit more loose and slouchy, even better. But we're seeing a lot of that. I think the woven ones, the rattan ones, the raffia ones for summer are fantastic. I have invested in some, and I know I'm going to get use out of them every year, summer after summer, because it's also very classic to have that during the warmer months. But right now they are trending hot. So if you want your whole outfit to just look more modern, more fresh, go with a loose, slouchy hobo style bag. Okay, I saved the most important one for last. This is probably the one that I think is the biggest offender for making your looks very dated, and definitely one that I think I see the most when I'm out. When I was talking about those ladies in the mall, one of the things I noticed a lot was they would be completely put together. They would look so beautiful, and then you would scan down to the jeans and boom, that's where the outfit went wrong and it looked really dated. And that's because so many women are still wearing skinny jeans. The skinny jeans are really looking dated. I'm sorry, ladies. I know some of you really love them, and I'm sure that a lot of that has to do with your husbands telling you that the tighter your jeans are, the better they look on you. I totally get it. And maybe if you're saving them for something like a date night, wearing them with a nice stiletto heel or something, I can see where that could really work and be very flattering and sexy. And that is definitely like a man style outfit, right? But for everyday casual, I think the skinny jeans just look really dated, and they're bringing everybody's outfits down. Those really slim legs, they're very tight on the body, and especially when you see them kind of like cut off right at the ankle, and then you see like a sneaker or a ballet flat or something, it just really ruins the look. So I definitely think if you want your outfits to look more modern, if you want to look more stylish, put those away and instead go for something that has a looser, more relaxed fit. When I say looser, more relaxed fit, that doesn't mean it has to be an overly baggy wide leg jean. There's so many great options out there. There's some great straight leg styles, there's barrel leg styles. You have just a little bit of a wider leg style and then everything to a much wider, looser leg style. There are so many options. Even something like a boot cut or a flare could definitely look more modern, but I just think the skinny jeans are killing the outfits. Every time I see them, I'm like, no, let go of the skinny jeans. They're just not working anymore. So definitely, I think it's time to try out some new jeans. If you're having trouble finding a style that works for you, I'm going to insert some different ones that I think are really good and wearable options. This is the time where there are so many jean styles out there that can really work. I think there's something for everyone, whether you like a high rise, a mid rise, a low rise, whether you like just a little bit loose or fully baggy. All of those are going to be great options. Just get rid of the skinny jeans. It is time to let them go. Like I said, if you really love them, save them for date night, put them with a nice little heel. That could really work, but for every day, they're just making your outfits look dated. Okay, ladies, that's it. I hope I didn't offend anyone too much with these. Just keep in mind, these are just my opinions. You can watch several other influencers and you're going to see totally different opinions where someone's going to tell you the complete opposite, and it's just an opinion. So take it for whatever it's worth. If there's something that you love that you're wearing, keep wearing it. You really need to dress for yourself and what makes you look and feel your best. That's the most important style rule of all. But I hope you found this helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Leave me your comments down below. Let me know, did you agree? Did you disagree? What are some things that you're holding on to? What are some things that you're letting go of? I would love to hear from you. Let's get that conversation going. I love this community and I hope you guys enjoyed this and have a great week. I will catch you next time.